Air France Flight 447, June 1, 2009. It was just after midnight on June 1st, 2009, when Air France Flight 447 lifted off from Rio de Janeiro, bound for Paris.
Significant weather return at our 11 o'clock, suggest deviating left.
Roger that. Selecting heading 280.
For the 228 passengers and crew on board, it was meant to be an ordinary overnight flight across the Atlantic. Another routine journey in the age of modern aviation. As the aircraft climbed to cruising altitude, the cabin lights dimmed, passengers settled into sleep, conversations faded. The vast ocean below disappeared into darkness, broken only by distant lightning flickering inside towering storm clouds far ahead. In the cockpit, the flight crew monitored their instruments with calm professionalism. The Airbus A330 was flying on autopilot at 35,000 feet, smooth and stable.
Emergency, check the master warning.
I have the checklist. Engine 1 failure, confirm.
Turbulence detected. Monitor airspeed. Wind shear warning.
Weather radar showed storm activity along the equator, but nothing the aircraft could not manage. Flights crossed this region every night. What no one on board could see was how unforgiving this altitude truly was.
Warning, engine failure. Warning, depressurization detected.
We're still pitching up.
I'm on the controls, Captain. We're getting buffeted hard.
Just hold her steady.
High above the earth, the air was thin. Lift, speed, and control existed in a delicate balance. A small disruption, just seconds of incorrect data, could change everything.
We have a master caution. Check the hydraulics.
Hydraulic pressure is dropping rapidly. Bypass engaged.
As Flight 447 entered the storm system, tiny ice crystals began forming around the aircraft's pitot tubes. The sensors responsible for measuring airspeed. Within moments, those sensors started delivering conflicting information. At 2:10 UTC, the autopilot disengaged. A warning sounded in the cockpit, breaking the quiet. The pilots instinctively took manual control, but outside the windshield, there was nothing to see. no horizon, no stars, no ground.
We are losing altitude. I can't stabilize it.
Pull her up, keep her steady, watch the airspeed.
Only darkness, rain, and cloud. Airspeed readings disagreed. Some instruments showed the aircraft moving too fast. Others showed it slowing dangerously. The aircraft computers, unable to determine the correct speed, reduced their protections.
We have contradictory readings on the altimeter.
The terrain warning is active. We are climbing, not descending.
Cross-check the standby.
Faced with uncertainty, the aircraft's nose was raised. At this altitude, that single action carried enormous consequences.
Put the mask on, quickly.
Help us.
The Airbus began climbing rapidly, bleeding speed with every second. Thin air offered little lift. Moments later, the stall warning sounded, then stopped, then sounded again. Even the warning systems were confused. The aircraft had entered a deep aerodynamic stall. Instead of pushing the nose down to regain speed, the aircraft remained pitched upward. List collapsed. Flight 447 was no longer flying. It was falling, tail first, through the storm.
Severe turbulence at flight level 350.
Confirmed. Holding steady.
Inside the cockpit, time compressed, altitude unwound faster than comprehension. Rain hammered the fuselage. Lightning illuminated the clouds in brief, violent flashes. There was no visual reference, no clear indication of motion. Inside the cabin, passengers felt sudden shaking. Loose objects trembled. Oxygen masks swayed. Few could understand what was happening. Only that something was terribly wrong. The aircraft descended at more than 10,000 feet per minute, at 30,000 feet, then 20,000, then 10. No distress call was sent. At 2:14 a.m., radar contact with Air France Flight 447 was lost. Over the Atlantic Ocean, the storm continued as if nothing had happened. By the time the sun rose, the aircraft had vanished completely. No wreckage was visible, no signals were received. The ocean, vast and indifferent, revealed nothing. Flight 447 never arrived in Paris. In the days that followed, aircraft and ships searched relentlessly across thousands of square miles of open water. Eventually, small fragments of debris were found floating alone at sea, confirming what many feared, but the full story would take years to uncover. Deep beneath the ocean's surface, the main wreckage remained hidden until robotic vehicles finally located it nearly 2 years later.
I've secured the photos of the main fuselage.
Good. Move to this section here, near the stabilizer.
The recovery of the flight recorders, the black boxes, allowed investigators to reconstruct the final minutes with painful precision. The conclusion was sobering. A chain of small failures, frozen sensors, confusing warnings, human responses under extreme stress, none of it dramatic on its own, yet together catastrophic.
Is the drive accessible?
I'm getting a readout now, but the data's heavily corrupted.
Focus on the encryption logs.
From this tragedy came lasting change. Pilot training was redesigned worldwide. High-altitude stall recovery became a priority. Aircraft systems were improved to better communicate critical information.
He confirmed the transfer at midnight. Make sure the package is ready by then.
Modern aviation became safer because of what was learned that night.
Take controls.
Roger that. Throttles forward.
Speed's alive, positive climb.
Today, planes continue to cross the Atlantic, leaving thin white contrails across calm blue skies.
First, we monitor the altitude here on the main display. Then you will tap this button to initiate the sequence.
Altitude set, climbing to 10,000.
Checked. Thrust climb engaged.
Passengers board without thinking about storms, sensors, or stall warnings, unaware that their safety was shaped by lessons written in the darkness above the ocean.
Takeoff configuration normal.
Confirmed.
Checklist complete.
Air France Flight 447 remains more than an accident. It is a reminder of how complex systems fail, how silence follows chaos, and how every safe landing carries the memory of those who never returned.